My favorite memory of Katie was the time that I was having a really rough day after large group, and Katie noticed, and she and I just kind of talked it out, and that was just really great to have someone to talk to because I didn't really know anyone at the time. The thing that I appreciate about Katie the most is her thoughtfulness and her kindness.
My favorite memory of Katie is probably all the times I've interacted with her in the last 2 years combined. If you combine those all into one moment, that's my favorite memory of Katie because I love hanging with her. I love talking with her. Um, I love that just the way she sees the world and the way she sees life. And so being with her is always a joy because of how extremely different we are. And the fact that she can hold a schedule in her mind and I don't care about schedule. And the fact that she loves detail and detail to me is completely irrelevant. And so being with her, the fact that the two of us could become friends is a memory that I really cherish. The thing I appreciate most about Katie is her true friendship. That she and I have really been able to become friends, and just being with her on the Navajo project, watching her become a leader, watching her just love people around her, and watching her become ready to become a wife to Zeb, and all of those things that we've gotten to do together in the short time that we've known each other. I really value her and appreciate her friendship.
My favorite memory with Katie is when we first got here, my sophomore year, her junior year, and my staff was like gonna do something, like we were gonna watch a movie together, and I was like, well, I'll invite Katie, like I want to be her friend, she seems super awesome. And so I invited Katie over, and she was gonna help me with my door decorations, and we ended up, my staff wanted to watch the Saw movie, and so we were sitting there watching this Saw movie, both of us hating scary movies and like terrified, and she just sat through it with me and helped me make my door decks. So that was really awesome of her. There's so much to appreciate about Katie, but I would say number one is her ability to view things with an open mind and from different perspectives. So whenever I would be like really annoyed with something, she'd be like, oh, well, like, have you ever looked at it this way? And then it's like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense why they did that.
I think what I appreciate the most about Katie is just these last 2 years, she's kind of been, that sense of home and kind of an outlet for me when I've been up in Greeley, and I think I just appreciate that she's spent time with me over these last 2 years and gotten to know me more. My favorite memory of Katie by far is when her fiance Zeb proposed to her. I got to be there and like be a part of the the event, and so that was just really awesome because she had been waiting for that for such a long time, and she was just filled with joy, and it was really awesome.
I appreciate how I can tell her pretty much anything, and that she and I are so different that we're able to give each other different perspectives and just really talk about life and look at things from a different point of view. It's really awesome. My favorite memory is when she asked me to be one of the bridesmaids in her wedding. It just was so awesome, and I just really didn't expect it because she has so many sisters, and so it just showed how much she cares about me, and it just meant so much to me that I get to be a part of such a special day in her life.
My favorite memory with Katie is probably the first time we ever went and had coffee. She just sat there and she listened to me, and we were able to just talk for like hours, and I just remember thinking that she was the coolest person ever, and I wanted to be just like her. And I really hoped that we would end up being like best friends, and that ended up happening. So, what I appreciate the most about Katie is that she's just always been very encouraging, and she's always pushed me to do more and to excel to my best.
The thing I appreciate most about Kelly is that she is a woman of sincerity, that you never have to wonder if she's telling you the truth. You never have to wonder what's behind what she's saying. That she is a woman who always tells you exactly what she thinks and tells you exactly what she's feeling in that moment about what she's thinking.
My favorite memory with Kelly would be my freshman year. Kelly and I were roommates, and so we just got to hang out a lot, and I remember Kelly and I would sometimes just pray before we go to bed, and we would just pray for a really long time and just pray for the whole world, and as well as like the campus and our friends, and it was just a really great way for us to connect and to just have really meaningful conversations.
So Kelly was actually the first person to invite me to university, and I was just randomly sitting in the UC, and she came over and sat with me out of the blue, and we hit it off right away, which was really awesome. And at the end of lunch, she just invited me to university and just kept encouraging me to come.
My favorite memory with Kelly is when she came to my 21st birthday party last summer, and we just got to hang out and chat, and then she came afterwards to hang out with me while I got my first drink as a 21-year-old.
One of the things I appreciate the most about Kelly is, one, just her desire to really love and support her friends well, and also her desire to really follow and to strive to seek God's will in everything she does.
My favorite memory about Kelly was probably in my first couple of weeks here. I went through sorority recruitment, and she was just so open and really warm, and just made me feel comfortable, and yeah, she's just been awesome all the time.
I also appreciate about Kelly that she is willing to go for it. She is always, even when she's afraid of something, she just steps headlong into it and dives right in. And I appreciate her courageousness in the midst of that.
I really appreciate about Kelly just how much she loves people and just how caring she is, and the time and energy that she puts into just caring for people and just loving people really well.
I love how inquisitive Kelly is. Like, she always asks like really specific questions about how your life is going or what's new, and she just really like makes me feel like she actually like listens to. She's really curious about what I have to say.
She's a really loving person, and she just deeply cares about everyone. And no matter who you are, she is willing to invest time in you and just talk to you and see how you're doing.
One of my most favorite memories with Kelly was the day that she got engaged. I was able to just walk around and be in the beauty of the world and talking about friendships and just our path in life and where God was taking us, and it was just a really great memory to have.
So one of Kelly's best qualities, I think, is just her openness and her willing to reach out to people and introduce them to God.
The thing I appreciate most about Andy is that he's a man of gentleness, and he's a person who can listen well and cares for others so well. And that when you're in the room with him, you feel like he's completely engaged with you, completely engaged with listening to you, and he makes you feel really honored and really served.
My favorite memory with Andy is the summer after I got back from Kenya. I had like moved into my room and everything, and Andy was like, hey, like we should hang out, like I want to be your friend, we're both going to be on leadership. And I was like, sounds great, like I want to be your friend too. And so he came over, and he just asked me about my summer and like talked with me about Mark Camp and about Kenya, and it just meant so much to me that he like wanted to know about Kenya. I think I was really surprised when I came back the amount of people that didn't care, and so that was just like so good for my soul. I appreciate most about Andy his love for people and the way he cares for them, and he kind of has like he has like a high tolerance for stuff that I don't. Like, he's just really good at loving people in this really unique way.
I would definitely have to say that my favorite memory with Andy was one Friday last semester. We were having lunch, and we were just kind of talking, and we were talking about him and Kelly, and I just kind of brought up the topic of marriage, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm proposing to her like next week. And so that was probably my favorite memory. The thing that I appreciate most about Andy is probably his optimism and just his energy that he brings to a room.
One of my favorite memories is, I think one of the first times we were hanging out, I got really mad at someone, and we were playing the license plate game, so I was like, Texas, and like punched her in the side of the arm. And Andy was sitting in the back of the car that we were driving and was like, remind me never to make you angry. It was really funny.
My favorite memory with Andrew was getting lunch with him over my freshman year. We would just hang out and talk, and then at the end of every lunch he would just pray for me, and it was just awesome. Like, he was such a good friend, and we were just able to really have like a deeper connection.
Hi, Andy. My favorite, I mean, well, I have a lot of favorite memories with you, but I guess what I just remember the most about you is like how you are during worship. I know just sometimes I'll see you like walk to the back, and I'll see you sort of kneel in prayer by yourself or with Kelly, and that's really moving. But I also really loved when we went to Mark Camp together. You know, that was just such a powerful experience for all of us, and it was just such a great time.
I really appreciate how Andrew really takes the time to like get to know people on like a really deep level. And so Andrew mentored me like my freshman year, and he just really takes the time to get to know you and invest in you and help you through with your struggles. So Andrew's just like a really amazing friend.
Well, like I mentioned with my favorite memory, I really appreciate your worshipful, you know, spirit, and just your serving and caring heart, and also the fedora, always. Bye, Andy.
He was willing to fight for our friendship and was willing to pursue a scared little freshman to be able to be friends with her, and I really appreciate that. And he's just been so consistent and such a loving friend, and that's just been really awesome.
My favorite memory of Andy and Kelly actually involves both of them at the same time. And that's when I got to meet with them as students and actually had to really encourage them and almost force them to talk about dating. Everyone around them wanted them to date. The two of them were scared, but they finally spent, I think, about 12 hours talking to each other about whether or not they should date, and now super excited that they're getting married this May. So I do take credit for that memory.
You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail, and there I find you in the mystery, in oceans deep, my faith will stand. Rise, my soul.